Hello, this is Todd Fensky from Insurance Applications Group, IAG. This video is a more in-depth look at solving the ACA tax problem. This follows the overview video to give more detail on one specific approach. In this video, we're going to focus on the lowest possible cost for an employer with a high turnover hourly workforce. We're addressing the employer's shared responsibility that breaks down into two parts. We're going to refer to them as Part A and Part B tax. As we talked about in the overview video, the right blend of our core three products, the fixed indemnity, the first dollar coverage, the minimum essential coverage for the A tax, and the minimum value plan, covering both the A and B taxes, can handle any hourly employee's ACA issues. The Part A tax is about offering minimum essential coverage, or a MEC. When offered with our fixed indemnity plan, our MEC has no cost to the employer and no participation requirements. You offer the fixed indemnity and the MEC to everyone at the time of hire, and there is no Part A tax. The Part B tax is a bit more interesting. You must also offer an affordable MVP, also known as a bronze plan, to all of your full-time or full-time equivalent employees. If you don't, and they go get a subsidy in the exchange, you're going to have a fine or a tax for each month the subsidy was taken. There are multiple ways to define when an employee is full-time equivalent. One of the more direct ways is 1,560 hours in a year. Okay, so this initial strategy has little or no costs. You offer only the fixed indemnity and the MEC. This wipes out all of an employer's Part A tax. The only possible cost is the Part B tax. Now remember, that only happens if the employee is actually full-time equivalent and they go get a subsidy. So based on past employer experience, this does not happen often. Some groups take the Part B risk and pay no upfront costs at all. Now this approach is similar, but they do plan on offering the MVP. In order to keep the ACA tracking costs down, the employer picks a range of hours to call someone full-time equivalent. 1,000 hours is a pretty good example, but it is decided by the employer. So you might call someone FTE who really did not actually make it, but the savings from not paying for tracking software could be worth it. When you do offer the MVP, based on past client experience, again, very few people have taken it. Now this option does use ACA tracking software. You're only going to be offering the MVP to people that are actual FTE for sure. You have more costs for the tracking software, but since you offered the fixed indemnity and the MEC, even if someone is full-time equivalent, they may still not take the MVP. You pay more costs up front, but the end result is pretty similar. You also guarantee you did not offer the MVP to anyone who was not full-time equivalent. Remember that you can use separate classes to offer different solutions to different types of employees. If you have a group of employees that you want to always consider full-time, you can offer them a different set of benefits. First dollar coverage is the key to all of our strategies. 84% of all annual claims filed in the U.S. are under $5,000. MVP bronze plans typically have $5,000 or higher deductible, and with options as low as $60 per month at no cost to the employer, first dollar coverage can be much more affordable than a high deductible major medical plan. Our fixed indemnity, first dollar coverage, handles the most used services, and 95% of the time it pays directly to the provider. This makes it very usable for the employee with a very high satisfaction rate. So this was more detail on how flexible StaffCARE can handle the ACA tax issue with little or no cost to the employer. In other videos, we talk about alternative options that employers may want to review, like the recruit and retain or overall benefit cost saving strategy. Watch some of these other videos, or please reach out to me directly, and thank you for watching.